You know what that day is!
Today we celebrate 1647 and 3025's birthday. Let's go, they're 36. Or at least I do. But you clicked on this video because you wanted to hear me foam about the twins while I run them in the background. Or just mute me, whatever works for you. I just wanted to make a video about these two because, well, they're ahead of the channel and it's their birthday. I don't upload much at all, so I just wanted to make a video about them because nobody else really is, and I think they deserve it, in my opinion. So here we go. Okay, so these two were built in 1989 by the Tangshan Locomotive Works in China for two railroads here in the US, the Knox and Cane and the Valley Railroad. 3025 was originally numbered 1658 and renumbered 58 at the Knox and Cane, while 1647 would retain her number at the Valley Railroad. 3025 worked till 2008 when the engine shed at the Knox and Cane caught fire and pretty much threw her and what was left of the railroad in disrepair, beyond what they could afford a repair for. So yeah, they were kind of screwed. Meanwhile 1647 worked till 1991, where she was sold by the Valley, and desperate for money. And then the Valley would come along in 2008 to buy out 1658, which is kind of ironic, as the Valley, when they were being built, they asked for 1647 to receive the better parts out of the two. And yeah, so they ended up with the locomotive with the faulty parts in the end. But they went on and restored 1658 into a Chinese knockoff of a J1 Mikado by the New Haven and renumbered her 3025, which we know her today. While 1647 was sold to the Susquehanna Railroad in 1991, while 1647 was sold to the Susquehanna Railroad, or at least I'm not too sure about that. I just know it says Susquehanna on the tender. I don't know. So that's pretty much how they stand today. There's a spider, hold on. There isn't one now. God, he's a juicy boy. Give me a second. Okay. So now for my railroad, 1647 was sold to yours truly in 1991, and 3025 would also be bought by me after the fire. 1647 would be painted back into her Chinese livery, which, guys, come on. Like, it looks so much better than the black. You can't tell me. I don't care. Sure, call me a Chinese spy or whatever for not liking the American thing. It just looks so much better. And would also be used to fabricate parts for 3025, as she'd be restored to the J1, inspired by what the Valley Railroad offered when trying to purchase the locomotive at the auction. These two would live on to modern day and pull passenger and freight trains by yours truly, and would be taken to different railroads for excursions. Now, my models, again, are not done. 3025 needs new 3D printed parts from my friend Chris, who did most of the work to make her to begin with. But yeah, I just don't really have much contact with him anymore, so I don't know when that's going to happen. But I also hope that he could help me rebuild 1647, as I'm too scared to myself. And he's done it, I believe, like 3 times now. So he definitely has some experience to it. But yeah, that's pretty much where they stand right now, in a bit of disrepair. I might paint 1647 up, even though it's going to be a bit difficult to work around that without ruining the paint. So I don't know if my what do you call it? If my cravings for the red wheels get to the better of me, I might just do that. As for the builder's plate, if you looked at my Instagram, it's the original casting of 1647's builder's plate. And whether she wore it or not, I say that because it only has 1 screw rather than the 4 that her and 3025 wear right now. I don't know if they ever wore it, but it's still such a cool piece to own. I mean, this is the original, like, birth this is the original birth certificate for the 2 locomotives, because I believe they shared the same builder's plate. So yeah, it's a really nice piece to have. I'm very grateful for having it. Now, I just want to give some background to why I love the 2 so much, which is weird to say about locomotives, but these 2 are what started my interest of trains, and I will always consider these my pride and joy trains. You know, like, they're mine. You can't take them from me. And with that, I'm gonna hang up here. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys tuning in, even if you just watch the trains, not listen to my voice. But yeah, thank you.